guys, good morning. I had to start all over. I was having a bad connection, but I am back. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You know what today is? It's Monday Morning Chats with Sak, and Sak is me. I hope that you guys had a great weekend. I hope that you were able to do something fun. You were able to spend time with your loved ones, and most importantly, you were able to laugh. I know I had a great weekend. So I want to talk about two things today. The first thing I want to talk about, do you prefer to be respected or liked? And the second thing is, how do you define success? And so for me, the first part about being respected or liked, I had a conversation with a good friend of mine, and we were talking about, what it's like to be a professional and, the things that we see in the media, people are doing things to be like, and what's your definition of being respected? And for me, I think respect is when you have respect for someone, it's someone that you hold to a high regard. You show them honor, you value them. And there's certain things that you would not do to them because of the high level appreciation that you have for that particular person. Being liked in my definition is when you like someone, you guys share a common interest. Maybe it may be for a physical appearance. Maybe it's for common political viewpoints or things of that sort. Something that you share in common, or it could just be a physical attraction that you may like. However, I think that just because you like somebody, it doesn't mean that you respect them. There's people in your family that you may love, but you just may not like them as a person. For me, at this age, I care less if you like me. I want to be respected. And I think that the respect that you have for me will make you love me. But being liked, I don't do things to seek attention. I don't do things to gain friendship. If it's not authentic, then I don't want it. But respect is important. And I read leadership books and I read leadership articles. And the one thing that leaders would say is that they don't care if they're liked by their employees. They just want to be respected. Because when you're respected, it's just certain things people will say, you know what? I can't even do that to that person. But I think that's important. I think that even as a professional that managed people before and may even manage people in years to come, you set the ground straight when you meet somebody. And it's more so people will respect you based on the things that you do. Now, if you're someone that is not of good character, no one can respect that. So if you demand respect over being liked, you have to give something for people to respect. So if you're someone that you talk bad about people, you're just not a good person. That's someone that I can't respect. I may like your shoes, I may like your suit, or I may like your dress, but as a person, I may not have respect for you. And that's okay. But I'd rather be respected than liked. Being liked, I feel like it doesn't really get you anywhere. But when you have a respect for a person, it's certain things that you would not do. And there's certain things that you would not say to them. So that's something to think about. If you're someone that's in leadership, if you're someone that manage, maybe you're a supervisor, maybe you are a partner, maybe you are a manager, or someone that is in a position where you manage people, you have to ask yourself, am I a person that's liked or am I a person that's respected? If I am respected, what are the things that make people respect me? Because in order for people to respect you, you have to give them something to respect. But I think that is important, and I think about that a lot. Now, when I say that I don't care about being liked, I'm not saying that, hey, I'm going to be the bad person in the office and no one doesn't like me. That's not that, but I prefer respect over liked any day. Now, the likeness will come, and I think you get a chance to like somebody over time and after getting a chance to know them. But I think for me, the respect has to come first. And then you can like me later. If you don't, hey, we can be cordial to each other as long as we're able to work together and we're able to fulfill a common purpose if we're in the same workplace. The second thing I want to talk about, success. What does success mean to you? I'm on social media because I have family. I'm able to promote my business. I have friends that I'm able to communicate with, even though they live in various states. And just keeping in contact with people that I haven't seen in years. So that's a great thing. And I see so many things on social media, about people talking about what it means to be successful. And most times people equate success to the money that you make. And so if you're a person that believes success is based on the money that you make, and some people think, oh, 6 figures mean that you made it. And I'm here to tell you, it does not. You can make 6 figures, but does that really mean that you're successful? That just means that you have more money in your pocket, maybe, and you're able to buy more things. But I can tell you that it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you have so many expenses to the extent that it may exceed the income that you make, are you really successful? And, a lot of times I hear people talk about, because I make 6 figures and I make this and that. Then I think about, okay, well, what is it that makes you successful? Is it the money that you have? And then the money that you have, you're able to buy materialistic things. So are the things that you're able to purchase make you happy? Or is it the thought that you have money that makes you happy? Or maybe it's both. But what happens when you lose your job? You lose your job, you're unable to buy the materialistic things. So if you're unable to buy the materialistic things, pretty much what you're saying is that your happiness is tied to things. And when you don't have those things, are you considered unhappy? And I think that is important, because if your happiness is tied to things and those things are taken away, now you're unhappy. So how do you fulfill that void? Sometimes people may go to substance abuse or things of that sort. So is success based on the amount of money that you make, or it's about something else? For me, success is not about the money that I make. Now, I don't want to be in a poorhouse. I do not. However, my success is based on, am I really using my gifts and my talents? Am I making an impact in somebody's life or the community? Because it doesn't matter if I can tell you all of my accolades. I can tell you about all those things. But it doesn't matter for me if I keep all my success to myself and never look back and help somebody else. It does not mean anything to me. And so for my success is, am I being impactful? Did I help somebody today? Did I encourage somebody today? Because I think about whatever I'm doing to help somebody else, they can pay it forward to someone else. And then that person can pay it forward to someone else. And that's how you build a community. And so that is what success means to me. Am I being impactful? And I pray this all the time. God, if I'm in a position where, maybe it's making me money, and that's a great thing. However, does the money really make me happy? Am I in this position? Am I making money and also being impactful? And if I'm not, please remove me from that position so that way I can do the work that you called me to do. That's being impactful. That's one of the reasons why I like teaching. That's one of the reasons why I like tutoring. It's the idea that I'm able to give back. It's the idea that I'm able to help somebody reach their full potential. And that way, they can pass this information on to their children and their children's children. I made this comment last week, and I'll say this again. I love being a lawyer. It is by far one of the best things I have ever done. If you give me a tax case, I will win. And I'm a hard worker. I will work up from sunrise to sunset. That is just who I am. If you give me a case, I will win. But if you put me in front of children or students, whatever their age, I can have them believing that they can fly. And that is the most amazing feeling in the world. It's something that I can't explain. It's something that you just have to feel. And that is a great feeling. And so for you, what does success mean? Does it mean that you make money? Does it mean that you are buying everything that you like? Because I'm here to tell you, as a tax attorney, I will see people that easily make over $200,000 a year, but they don't have anything in their savings. They don't know how to manage money. And so they can make a lot of money, but they have so many expenses. They have to, now some, not all, they have to keep up with the Joneses and buy the most expensive things. So they're buying all these things. And even though they make a lot of money, they can't really enjoy it because they have so many expenses. So does making a lot of money mean a lot to you? This is a true story. I know that I can have a client that makes $40,000 a year and compare it to my client that makes $80,000 a year. Can I tell you that the $40,000 client knows how to save, knows how to budget, and is able to enjoy life? The client that make $80,000 a year, in this type of hypothetical, they have so many expenses. They're unable to reap the fruits of their labor because they have so many expenses to the extent where they're just living paycheck to paycheck. But this other person that makes $40,000, they're able to manage their expenses. So my question to you is, how do you define success? How do you really define it? Is it based on money or is it based on making an impact? And maybe you think it's based on money. Hey, that's absolutely fine. But what happens when the money runs out? Are you still going to be happy? Those are my nuggets today. I hope that you guys have a great Monday. I hope that you guys have a fantastic week. I hope that you guys know that you are possible and you are amazing. Regardless of anything or everything that's going on in the world, never forget who you are. Never forget that you have a purpose in this world. There's only one you. No one can do the things that you can do. If you are trying to make a transition at your job, I pray that you get that position that you are praying for. If you feel like you're not learning, I pray that you challenge yourself. You ask difficult questions. You figure out what you need to do to get those jobs to help you learn and help you grow. But most importantly, never stop growing. Never stop growing. But you are amazing. You are great. And you're going to do some great things. You're going to have a phenomenal week. Take care, guys, and happy Monday.